Welcome back and happy Thanksgiving one more time here to everybody. We're back for the second game of our Thanksgiving doubleheader. California Angels at the Kansas City Athletics. Kansas City won the opener 3-1 behind a complete game from right-hander Lou Krause. I've got the last of my coffee, and I've got the tea kettle going, so I'm switching to tea after this cup. And hello there, Ben. Everything's looking good. Yes, sirree. And there's Astros. Hey, Astros Reefer. Happy Thanksgiving. Unmitigated returns to the scene of the crime. Unmitigated, you must have escaped from the kitchen again. Haven't seen Astros in a while. How you been? Making sure we're lined up here. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Looks like we've got a special Thanksgiving visitor here overlooking the playing field. He said, yeah, I'm tired of the cheap seats. I'm going to get in the front row. He almost absconded with one of my pegs, one of my orange pegs. But I caught him in the act as I was getting my coffee. There you go, the commissioner's box. Hey, Captain Carl, back again. Nice to see so many here for the nightcap. Starting pitchers are righty Jim McLaughlin for the Angels, lefty Paul Lindblad for Kansas City. For McLaughlin, where is he? His 9th start of the season. He does have one complete game. It was a shutout. 1-3, 4.88 ERA overall in 55 1/3 innings of work. And for Lindblad, just his second start. He's been in the bullpen 25 times, 6-0 with a save and a 2.50 ERA in 36 innings of work. So, not too surprising to see them. Actually, it is. I was going to say not surprising to see them as S5s, but Lindblad, in fact, is an S6. Wow, he made 14 starts that season. So this is his second of what will be 14 starts. Yeah, starter reliever he's listed as. I should have known that just by the rating. But I've always thought Lindblad is more of a reliever. He was the ace of the pen, of course, before the Jack Aker deal. Or no, Aker was there all along, wasn't he? Aker 1-4, 14 of the team's 15 saves. The other one went to Lindblad. Okay, I'm going to give you the Angels lineup here. Jose Cardinal starts it off in center field. Jimmy Pearsall gets the start in left field. Jim Fregosi at shortstop hits third. Against the lefty, Joe Adcock will play first base and hit cleanup. Bobby Knopp, the second baseman, moves up to the 5 spot. Frank Malzone gets the start at third base. And how about that? Jackie Warner is in right field. Is anybody but me surprised at this? I figured he was done in the field after the shoulder injury, but here he is in the lineup for Game 2 of this doubleheader. Rogers, the catcher, hits 8th. McLaughlin, 9th. Hello again, Colin Merritt. Okay, let me move my schedule over one day. And the umpires will shuffle around as well. It will be Al Salerno behind the plate, Marty Springstead at first, Ed Runge at second, Red Flaherty, who was behind the plate for Game 1, goes to third base. And with that, we are ready to go right on time here. 1:45 Pacific, 4:45 Eastern, and 2:45 Steve time. And up to the plate steps Jose Cardinal. I do not have updated stats since I didn't have time to enter the first game. So instead, I'll pull this out and I'll tell you that Cardinal was 2 for 4 in the opener. Let's get the right pitcher on the mound, shall we? And your beer batter will be Roger Repos. He's in the cleanup spot at first base for Kansas City. We'll get to their full lineup here in a minute. Cardinal standing in from the right side. Lindblad gets the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. And we're underway on a 5-7 righty. Base hit, double to 4. And Cardinal with a leadoff single. Let's check the battery now. Cardinal very fast. Always a threat to run. Lindblad with a poor hold, +3. Top that off with Ken Suarez's awful +3 arm. He got a +5 battery. So Cardinal 20 held at 18, and he's going to roll for it. Pearsall, the hitter, 21 for 63. It's a 333 average. 2 through 6 for Cardinal on an 8. He does not get it. On the back number, he'd be a 14. 13 plus 5 minus 4. The pitch to Pearsall. There goes Cardinal. Suarez throw down. He's stolen it on a possible overthrow. Suarez overthrow 1 to 20. He throws it into center field. So stolen base plus error. And Cardinal winds up at third base. So Cardinal making things happen here in the first inning. Early in the game, I'm going to roll for inner back. And they're going to bring it in now for Pearsall. And here's the next pitch. From the left-hander on a 1-4, he walks him. And the Angels put the first 2 men aboard here in the top of the first. Colin finished his second game of the day. Pirates 5, Phillies 0. 1920 baseball, Max Carey, who's in the all-time great set. I recognize his name. Unmitigated did a 68, Pirates 6, Reds 2. 6 runs is a ton of runs for 1968. So Pearsall aboard, runners at the corners. Here's Fregosi. Let's see how they're going to play it. Against the left-hander, I'm going to roll for it again. +5, 18 not held, but he's not a star stealer. Rolling for infield in. They'll play at double play depth for Fregosi early in the game. And here from the stretch is the pitch on a 6'9 right-handed. High fly ball to deep left field, backing up his stall at the track at the wall. It's off the wall for extra bases. Cardinal can walk home. They can send Pearsall. 13, Gosker a 0. They're going to hold him up with nobody out. So an RBI double for Fregosi. Pearsall stops at third, and the Angels jump out to a 1-0 lead. And apparently the Angels do not want a repeat of their Game 1 performance. Joe Adcock did not play in the first game. Fregosi, if you're wondering, was 0 for 4. And he doubles in a run here to start things off. 1 run in already. We're gonna roll for it. Infield will be back for Adcock. Lindblad with the windup. The pitch to Adcock, 210 left-handed, and he walks him to load the bases, and that's going to send Ken Suarez out to the mound. Lindblad having all kinds of trouble here. He's walked 2, given up 2 hits. Angels up 1-0 with the bases loaded and nobody out. The Angels threatening to blow it open here in the first inning. The batter is Bobby Knopp. Knopp was 1 for 4 in the opener with a double. Infield at double play depth. Lindblad getting the sign. The full windup now. 2-3 lefty. It's a grounder to short. That's going to be 2. It's Campy to Green to Repose. Double play. And on the play, Pearsall will score. That'll make it 2-0. Fergosi to third. But a big double play for Lindblad and the batter Frank Malzone. Malzone hitting just 173 on the season. Runner at third with 2 away. Lindblad's pitch. 4-8 righty. Base hit up the middle. It's going to drive in another run. Fergosi scores and it's 3-0 before the seats are even warm. RBI for Malzone. Malzone very slow at first. No speed there. And here's Jackie Warner. First time in the lineup in a long time. Warner at 298 on the season and in just 94 at-bats has 13 home runs and 24 RBIs. He was among the league leaders before a critical injury took him out of the lineup. Lindblad staring in to get the sign. On a 2-6 lefty, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Down goes Warner, and that'll do it. But 3 big ones for California. On 3 hits, they leave a batter. And after half an inning of play, it's California 3, Kansas City coming to bat against Jim McLaughlin. Well, one thing's for sure, I won't be saying we're scoreless after 1 in this one. And hello again, Dan. Ben just typed that, too. Great minds thinking alike there, Ben. Here's the Kansas City lineup as McLaughlin gets warmed up. It'll be Campaneris at short, Gosker in center, Hirschberger in right, then a change. It'll be Repose at first base hitting fourth. Cater will play third base in this one and bat fifth. Larry Stahl gets the start in left. Dick Green moves down to the 7th spot. He's the second baseman, and Suarez will catch the nightcap of the twin bill with Lindblad hitting 9th. Campaneris was 2 for 4 in the opener. McLaughlin ready to go to work now. Rogers flashing the sign. The windup and the pitch is a 1-5. Struck him out. Called strike 3. Home plate umpire Salerno rings him up. And with 1 away, here's Jim Gosker. Gosker was 0 for 4 in the opener. McLaughlin's pitch, 5-6 left-handed, high fly ball to right. Backing up a bit is Jackie Warner, who gloves it for the second out. And that'll bring up Hirschberger. Mike Hirschberger was also 0 for 4 in the opener. The pitch for Jim McLaughlin is a 5-6 righty. He lines that one to left field for a 2-out single. Hirschberger with good speed at first. Let's check the Angels battery now. It's +2, -2. So Hirschberger 16, held on at 14. And here's the beer batter Repose. But Kansas City is not going to let a 3-run deficit curtail their game as he rolls for the lead. 5 or 6, 7, he doesn't get it. I'm looking at Repose, 6 for 25 since coming over to the Athletics, a 240 average. He has 1 home run. McLaughlin out of the stretch now. It's a 2-7 right-handed, and he walks him. To second goes Hirschberger. So a lot more offense already, it feels like, than in the first game. We're only in the first inning. Danny Cater, the hitter. Nope, can't say that. Cater was 0 for 4 in the opener. McLaughlin trying to shut the door here. The pitch to Cater is a 1-4 right-handed. He pops him up, left side. Fergosi waving his arms. He's got it. And the Athletics strand a pair, and after 1, trail 3-0. McLaughlin sets him down. 2 left on. And Paul Lindblad getting ready to work the second inning. And it will be Bob Rogers leading it off. The switch hitter hitting right-handed against Lindblad. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's a 6-6 right-handed. Rolls it over to short. Campaneris has it. 2 repos, 1 down. Excuse me. Here's McLaughlin, a right-handed hitter. Pitch on a 2-9. Grounder down to first. Repos will take it to the bag. And quickly there's 2 away. Here's Cardinal now. He got it all started when he singled, stole second, and took third on the overthrow. Came around to score. Lindblad into the windup. 2-7 left-handed. He rolls one through the middle and into center field for a base hit. Here we go again. Cardinal 20 held at 18. They're going to try to run all day on Suarez. 2 through 6 for the lead. 5, he gets it. 1 to 18. There goes Cardinal. Suarez throw down. He's out! Oh my goodness, what a peg by Suarez. I didn't see that one coming. And that ends the inning. So Cardinal, maybe you got a little too overconfident there against Suarez. He didn't get much of a jump on that one. Here's McLaughlin again. McLaughlin, a very backwards right-hander. Which those kind of pitchers, in my mind, are more valuable out of the pen. He will make 11 starts for the Angels. This is his second, isn't it? No, this is his 10th start. 10th of 11, so he only has one more start after this one, and he will go back full-time into the pen. Which is fine. I think he's better suited to that role in this card. Kansas City will send up Larry Stahl to get things started. Stahl didn't play in the first game. He comes in hitting .287, 5 homers, 20 RBIs. McLaughlin with the windup and the pitch. It's a 4-8 lefty. Ground ball to second base, routine for Bobby Knopp, who tosses it over to Adcock for the out. Here's Green. Dick Green was 1 for 4 in the opener. McLaughlin into the windup, 5'10 right-handed. High pop fly to shallow left. Pearsall is there and grabs it for the second out. Here's the catcher, Ken Suarez now. Suarez, a lot of walks on that card, not many hits at all. Hitting .212 in 66 at-bats, with more walks than hits, not surprisingly. 14 for 66 with 19 walks. I don't blame you, Unmitigated. Colin needs a video for advanced. Can anyone help Colin out with that? A tutorial. McLaughlin, the pitch to Suarez. 1-4, struck him out. 1-2-3 goes Kansas City in the second. 2 innings in the books. I tell you, I did buy a pumpkin pie and a can of whipped topping. Also a little snack tray. So that's my my lone concession to the holiday. You got to have that pie. I was going to say baseball demos, Ben. That's a good idea. That's where I would start. And hello, Blaine. I already said that, didn't I? I'm bound to get dingy by game 2. Okay, Pearsall will lead off the third. Angels up 3-0 as Lindblad goes into the windup. 2-9 left-handed. He lifts it to left field. That's going to be Larry Stahl making the play. And there's one away. Here's Jim Fregosi now. Fregosi doubled in a run in the first, came around to score himself. Lindblad getting the sign from Ken Suarez. On a 3-9 left-handed, he grounds it to shortstop. Campaneris gloves it, fires over to repose. One shortstop grounds out to the other, and there's 2 away. Here comes Adcock, who has a deadly card against left-handers. He walked in the first, came into the game hitting .289 with 7 home runs. Lindblad with the windup and the pitch on a 2-5. That's a high fly ball to center, backing up his Gosker. Double to 5. That's going to be over Gosker's head. By the time he rounds it up, Adcock is in standing with a 2-out double. So Adcock reached both times so far. And here's Bobby Knopp. Two down, Adcock a modest lead from second. Lindblad a glance at him. Comes to the plate 3-5. Struck him out. Knopp down on strikes. No runs to hit, a man left. So Lindblad settling in after a rocky first inning, and the score still 3-0. McLaughlin takes the mound for the bottom of the inning. Lindblad will lead it off. He's a left-handed hitter. The pitch from McLaughlin. 5'9" lefty. He lifts it the other way to left field. Pearsall gliding over and makes the grab. Here's Campy now, struck out in the first. McLaughlin getting the sign. Here's the pitch to Campaneris. It's a 6'8" right-handed grounder, second base X. That's the Gold Glover Knopp, 117. To his left, here's the play on a 4. It's a diving stop. To his feet, throws to first in time to nip the speedy Campaneris. What a play by Knopp. That's going to be a web gem. Holy cow, what a play by Bobby Knopp. So the Angels so far are looking entirely different team than they were in Game 1. And Daniels back, thinking about moving a team from the AL to the NL. That's an interesting take. For which year? Not that that matters. It might make something pop into my head, though. I tell you, if it was in modern era, I would consider putting the Astros back in the National League for somebody just to see. Two down, Gosker at the plate. The pitch from McLaughlin is a 3-5 righty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Third strikeout for McLaughlin. 1-2-3 go the A's, and after 3, it's 3-0 California. How about that? Bleacher Bums did it. Astros wants the Astros back in the NL. Of course, if we get Manfred's suggestion, that's going to be weird. 8 divisions of 4 with expansion all regionally aligned. So in that case, of course, Texas and Houston would stay in the same division. But the way it stands now, I think it's kind of odd having Texas and Houston in the same division. That's what made me say that. Anyway, back to this one. We're in the 4th, 3-0 Angels. Frank Malzone will lead it off. He's singled in a run his first time up. The left-hander gets the side, winds and deals, 1-6 lefty. Hard smash to third, Cater gloves it. Across to repose, 1 down. And here comes Jackie Warner. Warner struck out in the first. Lindblad gets the sign. The pitch is a 3-9 left-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and Warner fans again. Third strikeout for Lindblad. And with 2 down, the batter will be Bob Rogers. Here's the pitch from Lindblad on a 3-10 left-handed. High fly ball to center. That's going to get to the gap. Gosker picks it up. Rogers in standing with a 2-out double. Fortunately for Lindblad, the pitcher McLaughlin due up. Excuse me. Oh, I left my water on the table. I'll be right back. I had the El Monterey chicken enchiladas for lunch. From '69, they were in the National. Runner at second, 2 outs. Here's McLaughlin hitting right-handed. On a 5-8 right-handed. Grounder to second base X. That's going to be Green. 2E19. Big play for Green on a 4. Diving stop, smothers it to his feet and throws him out. Oh my goodness, what a play by Dick Green to possibly save a run and end the inning. That's going to be another web gem. So both second basemen turning in web gems so far. And the Angels, no runs, a hit, 1 left. And the score remains the same. That's an idea, too. That's a good point, Ben. I didn't think of that. Because they'd be facing different pitchers. Yeah, that's true. You'd have to wing it there for the lineups. That would require a bit more work, because what I would do there is I'd try to find a similar pitcher in the other league that they did face on a date close to that date, and then use that lineup as a guide. Too much work for me, but your mileage may vary, as they say. Okay, Athletics come to bat in the bottom of the 4th, trying to get off the deck against McLaughlin. Mike Hirschberger will lead it off. He has the only hit for KC so far. McLaughlin into the windup now. Here's the pitch on a 4-10 right. He swung on and missed. Strike 3. 4th K for McLaughlin. And here's Repose, the beer batter, who walked in the first. McLaughlin's pitch is a 1-5 right-handed. Struck him out. Drank up. Back-to-back Ks by McLaughlin. That's 5 now. And with 2 out, here's Cater. Happy Thanksgiving, Dan. Took me a second. McLaughlin McLaughlin's pitch to Cater on a 1-9. Hard smash to third. Malzone gloves it across to Adcock, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for McLaughlin. So Jim McLaughlin's sailing right along today. We're through 4. His team up 3-0. So a complete opposite to the first game. In the first game, the Athletics were up 3-0. The Angels scored a run late, but that was it. The Angels will have the top of the order here in the 5th. I see Mookie's gone back up to the top of the tower. Jose Cardenal, the leadoff man, 2 for 2 so far. Lindblad gets the sign from Suarez. On a 4-9 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. That's the 4th K for Lindblad, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Jimmy Pearsall. Anyone have any trivia, Thanksgiving or otherwise, today? Second game of a doubleheader here. Both low-scoring games so far. Pearsall 0 for 1 with a walk standing in from the right side as Lindblad gets the sign. Deals a 2-8 left-handed. He lifts it to straightaway center. Gosker is there, and there's 2 down. Here's Fregosi, 1 for 2. The pitch from Lindblad is a 2-4 lefty. He lifts it the other way to right field. Hirschberger drifts back a bit and gloves it for the final out. 1-2-3 inning for Lindblad. So we're halfway home in a 3-0 game. Angels on top. Okay, fellas, let's see who all is here before I make my announcement. I'm thinking of the possibility of coming back after dinner for a 3rd game. So 2-part question. 1, who would be interested in that? And if so, the second part of the question is this. The next scheduled game on the schedule is Giants at Dodgers, but even though I've never done this, I'm considering skipping ahead. And since it's Thanksgiving, instead play the Tigers at the Yankees. So, make your opinions known. I'll have my accountant, Mookie, simulate the data, or assimilate the data, rather. That's a 3 salute from Ben. Okay, favorable so far. We've got 1 for the Tigers. 1 doesn't care what game it is. Athletics trying to get off the deck against McLaughlin. Here's Larry Stahl to lead off the bottom of the 5th. Stahl 0 for 1 as McLaughlin gets the sign from Rogers. Comes in with a 1-5, swung on and missed, strike 3, and McLaughlin really mowing him down now. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6 strikeouts now. That's noteworthy. We're only in the 5th inning. Here's Dick Green with 1 away. The pitch from McLaughlin is a 5-11 righty. Green ground ball through the 6th hole and into left field for a single. Just the 2nd Kansas City hit. A 1-out single by Dick Green. 17 not held. He's going to try to roll that 4. With Suarez at the plate. He doesn't get it. And here's the next pitch to Suarez. It's a 4-11 right-handed. Base hit into right field. Rounding and going to third is Green. So on a 4-11 clean shot home run, Suarez a week, and perhaps a break there for the Angels. Runners at the corners, 1 down, and Lindblad is the hitter. a 2 left-handed hitter, a D bunter, and he's going to swing away. 2-3, base hit by Lindblad into center field. Green scores. Suarez rounding, and 1-8. They're going to hold him at second. So an RBI single for Paul Lindblad, and Kansas City breaks through, and now it's 3-1. 3 consecutive hits off of McLaughlin, who pretty much looked unhittable through 4. I just saw Dan's comment. We can always count on you, Dan. And guess what? McLaughlin's fatigued. Man, that one almost got away from me in all the excitement. Rigney out to the mound. And he's going to Mini Rojas. So an early exit for McLaughlin. Couldn't have seen that coming the way he was pitching through 4. But he's done. So McLaughlin, who started out like a house of fire, ends up just going 4 1/3 today. He allowed only 4 hits, just 1 run so far. He walked 1 and he fanned 6. And on comes Mini Rojas. Rojas rated 3 for relief endurance. Comes into the game as the Angels' most effective pitcher so far. 4-1 with a save, 1.91 ERA across 47 innings. 19 relief appearances, 2 starts. Both of his starts were complete game shutouts. Can you believe that? So Rojas will try to pick up the pieces in a 3-1 game, his team leading. First and second, 1 out, and Campaneris at the plate. Rojas ready to go to work now. The full windup on a 3-3, foul ball back at the plate. Rogers back throws the mask aside and makes the catch. That's a big out for Rojas, so that will leave it up to Jim Gosker, who's 0 for 2. Rojas gets the sign, the windup, the pitch, 5-8 lefty. Second base X, that's the Gold Glover Knopp. This should do it. 117 on a 14. He's got it, throws him out, and the rally is squashed by Mini Rojas with an assist from Bobby Knopp. Athletic settle for a run on 3 hits and leave a pair. Kind of feel like they should have got more out of that, but anyway, after 5, it's 3-1 California. And now it'll be the first endurance inning for Paul Lindblad. Yeah, it was funny because in my mind I pictured McLaughlin having a better endurance rating than Lindblad. Well, that shows you how little I know about 1966, really. I mean, I know quite a bit about it, but not some of the minor details. Ben has an interesting question. When you type Mini on Baseball Reference, you get Rojas, Minoso, and one other player. It certainly escapes me. 3-1 game to the 6th. No one else has commented on the third, the triple header, I guess. Other than we're going to do one. So let's say we're going to do one. We'll boil it down to one question. Dodgers at Giants, Tigers at Yankees. I already have Ben's vote. As we move into the 6th inning, Joe Adcock with a fearsome card against lefties will start it off. He's walked and doubled so far. Lindblad gets the sign on a 6-4 righty. Grounded to third X. That's a tough play for Cater. It's a 421 to his left. Here's the play on a 2. He's not going to get there. That's into left field for a single. And Adcock has been on all 3 times now. Quite a few for Detroit, New York. Somebody mentioned that the other day because of Thanksgiving and Detroit, which of course is football. But I think it's a good idea. And with that in mind, I'm about 90% certain now that, yeah, Colin just finalized it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go outside the box here and play them out of order. So tonight's game, and we'll decide on the time when this one's done. Give me plenty of time to eat and take a break. It'll be Detroit Tigers at New York Yankees. Okay, Adcock at first, Knopp at the plate. Wes Stock begins to toss in the Kansas City pen. He was up in the first game. Lindblad from the stretch to pitch to Knopp on a 2-9 lefty. He struck him out. So the beer batters from game one, a game late and $1 short. And here's Frank Malzone, and happy Thanksgiving, Richard. Malzone 1 for 2 as Lindblad set. Comes in with a 2-4 lefty and pops him up on the left side. Campaneris will take it. And there's 2 away. And there's the answer, 1970 Twins. Was that all he ever played, 16 games? That was his whole career, huh? And there's Franklin Long. Oh, that's fine. I know everyone has things to do, and, celebrate, have a happy Thanksgiving, celebrate the way you want to celebrate it. It's pretty much as simple as that. I'm actually surprised. It says we've got 18 in here now on a holiday. I think that's pretty darn good. And here's the hard-hitting Jackie Warner, who struck out twice. Lindblad trying to give him the hat trick. From the stretch on a 6-9 righty, it's a high fly ball to deep left field. Stahl back at the track, at the wall, off the wall for extra bases. Adcock rounding. Will they send him? 8-10. Gosker a 0 with 2 down. They're going to send him. Here comes the throw to the plate. And he scores. And Warner takes third on the throw. Adcock showing off his wheels. And that makes the score 4-1. And one more hitter walk will knock out Lindblad. And here's Rogers. In fact, they're going to put Rogers on and pitch to Rojas. So 4 wide ones issued to the catcher, Bob Buck Rogers. Let's check the hitting rating on Rojas. He is a 1-week right-hander. Here's the pitch, 4-11 righty. Fly ball left field X. That's Stahl. Stahl on his horse. He's a good outfielder. 2E6. On a 19, he makes a nice running catch to end the inning. So a nice play by Stahl. The Angels settle for 1 on 2 hits and leave a pair. And after 5.5, they lead it 4-1. And welcome Gandalf. Gandalf's all for that. So it looks like we will have at least a decent amount of people on hand for the nightcap. The third game of the triple header. That'll be Detroit at New York. In this one, Mini Rojas will come back out. He put out the fire in the fifth. And he'll face the heart of the Kansas City lineup here. I saw that, Richard. Good work. You haven't played any more, huh? So the series is what, 3-1? Oh, Dan, that's very kind. I mean, again, I realize that with people with families and whatnot, everybody has things to do today. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people do. You know what I'm trying to say. But I certainly appreciate the support. And yeah, that would be a... I'm not even sure I could handle that one. Okay, bottom of the sixth, 4-1 Angels. Hirschberger, 1 for 2, will start it off. Rojas gets the sign. Here's the windup. It's a 3-5 right-hander, ground ball down to third. Malzone gloves it, throws across, and there's one down. Here's Repose now. The beer batter walked and struck out. The pitch to Rojas. 5-6 left-handed. He lifts it the other way to left field. That's Pearsall making the play. And for Rojas, 2 quick outs in the sixth. Here's the third baseman, Danny Cater, who's 0 for 2. The windup and the pitch is a 4-8 right-handed grounder down to first base. Adcock has it. Throws to Rojas covering, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Mini Rojas. 5 up, 5 down for Rojas. And through 6, it's still 4-1. Second endurance inning for Lindblad as we go to the 7th. Top of the order for California. And here's Jose Cardenal to lead things off. Lindblad gets the sign from Suarez. Here's the pitch to Cardenal on a 1-6 liner to third. Single to 11. That's caught by a diving Cater. So Cater, a nice play to rob Cardenal of potential hit. And here's Richard's guy, Jimmy Pearsall. Pearsall 0 for 2 with a walk in this one. The pitch is a 2-5, swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes Pearsall. In what probably will be the final inning for Lindblad, he'll be facing Jim Fregosi with 2 down. Gets the sign, delivers a 6-7 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. 2 strikeouts to end the inning, 1-2-3 go the Angels. As we stretch, it's Angels 4, Athletics 1. Hey, Doug, happy Thanksgiving. Welcome. So with Lindblad due to bat 4th in the bottom of the inning, if it gets to him, they'll have to hit for him. We've already seen Mookie twice today. We'll take a quick look at him. Nothing new going on there. Mookie. Mookie. Meow. 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 I can't get a peep out of him. Mookie. Mookie. I gotta check on him now. He's not even budging. Usually when I do the fake meow, he at least looks. Maybe he's asleep. He looks like he is asleep. Mookie. Mook. There he is. He says, no, leave me alone. You're wearing me out today with this. Wait till we get to the night game. He's going to be going, oh, come on. Can a cat have any peace in this house? Rojas has worked 1 2/3. He's rated 3 for endurance. He will at least start the 7th. And Larry Stahl will lead it off. Rojas gets the sign. The pitch to Stahl on a 6-6 lefty. High fly ball to deep right. Warner backing up just shy of the track. Hauls it in. Stahl gave it a ride, just a loud out to right, and with 1 out, here's Dick Green. Green 1 for 2. Rojas staring in to get the sign. 5-4 right-handed is catcher's card. That'll be Rogers. Rogers a 2-E3. There it is on a 17. It's a foul out to the catcher. Seven up, 7 down for Rojas. Here's the catcher, Ken Suarez. The pitch is a 4-5 righty. He grounds it down to third. Malzone fields it cleanly. Throws to Adcock, and the side is retired. So Lindblad does not come to bat. And that means he'll go ahead and start the 8th. His 3rd endurance inning. You know he's not going to start the 8th. I'm going to stick to my guns here. And Lindblad's going to call it a day after 7. Wes Stock will come in. We'll look for the double switch. And then we're going to double switch with the catcher. So Phil Roof, who caught the opener, he says he feels pretty good. He's ready to catch a few frames of the nightcap. Going into the 8th spot will be the pitcher, Stock. So Alvin Dark, not thrilled with the idea of giving Adcock a 4th at bat against Lindblad, who he's worn out today with a walk, a double, and a single. Stock has only worked 5 games, just 4 innings so far. Richard Verde, okay. Chili con carne. Pup and Taco. Adcock 2 for 2 with the walk. Stock ready to go to work here in the 8th. Here's the windup and the pitch to Adcock. It's a 6-4 grounder, third base X. Tough chance for Cater. A 421. And here's the play on a 3. He's not going to get there. That's into left field for a single. And Adcock is going to board all 4 times. Thank you, Richard. Good night to you as well. Thanks for popping in, buddy. Here's Knopp. Knopp struck out twice. That was against Lindblad, of course. Now facing the right-hander Stock. Here comes the pitch. It's a 4-11 right-handed. He looks at the other way to right field where Hirschberger is patrolling. And he makes a routine play for the first out. Here's the third baseman, Malzone, who's 1 for 3. Stock out of the stretch. It's a 4-4 right-handed. Fly ball center field X. Gosker trying to run it down. A 3-3. Here's the play on a 19. He's there. Nice running catch by Gosker. Adcock still standing at first with 2 out, and here's Jackie Warner. Stock comes in there with a 2-8 righty, swung on and missed, strike 3. No runs to hit, a man left. We're through 7.5. Let's check the defense now for the Angels. Should replace Warner in right. And going in to take over in right will be Ed Kirkpatrick. So Warner's day is done. He made the last out. Three to 1 game now. They've gotten 2 2/3 out of Rojas. And they're going to have a pitching change as well. And we'll make that a double switch. So they're going to go to the stopper, Bob Lee. He'll go in the 7th spot. And Kirkpatrick, the right fielder, will go in the 9 spot. So it's Malzone, the pitcher. There we go. Kirkpatrick. We can clean up the score sheet a little bit here. McLaughlin allowed the only run. Rojas did a fine job in 2 2/3. 8 up, 8 down. No strikeouts. Lee 1-2 with 11 of the team's 14 saves and a nifty 2.75 ERA, and it'll be the catcher Phil Roof who came in the double switch to lead off the bottom of the 8th. Right-handed hitting catcher standing in. Bob Lee gets the sign from Roger. On a 2-6 righty, he struck him out. What the hell is Harrelson doing there? He's not even in the game. Okay, Campaneris batting. I don't know how that happened. Lee into the windup. It's a 5-6 righty. Grounder down to third. Malzone to Adcock. And here's the center fielder, Jim Gosker. Gosker 0 for 3. Lee gets the sign, the windup, 6-3 left-handed, fly ball left field X. That's Pearsall, good outfielder, 2E9, ranging towards the gap on a 14. He's there to make the catch to retire the side. So 7X, a 1-2-3 inning for Bob Lee. And through 8, it's 4-1 Angels. A good time to thank you guys for joining me today on this Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving once again. And when this game's over, we'll pick a start time for our night game, which will be Detroit at New York. I'm thinking probably, I don't know, 2 hours between games. Is that too much? Let's make it 90 minutes. I haven't set that game up yet, unlike this one. So I'll have to set that up and eat. Yeah, I'd say about 90 minutes sounds about right. Going to the ninth here, it's switch left, right. Not really a good situation for Stock. Let's close the book on Lindblad. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. 3 runs. 1, 2, 3 walks, one of them intentional. And he struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Switch left, right, left coming on. They're going to go to Jim Nash. Yes, indeed, unmitigated. That fast, huh, unmitigated? You eat and they eat and you kick them out, huh? I love it. Okay, a man after my own heart. Here's your pie in a wrap it in foil. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Oh, that's funny. Rogers will lead off the ninth facing Nash. Let's put a line in there indicating a new pitcher. Rogers 1 for 2 with an intentional walk. This is funnier than shit, actually. He went from hiding from the kitchen to, I'll have them all out of here in a couple of minutes. Nash pitching to Rogers, hitting lefty. 1-9 right-handed. He pops him up right side. Green makes the catch. And here's Ed Kirkpatrick, who came in for defensive replacement in the double switch. Nash with the windup on a 3-6. He pops him up on the right side. Repose will make the catch. And here's Cardinal. The pitch from Jim Nash. 3-6 right-handed. He rolls it over to short. Campy, 2 repos. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Jim Nash. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Last ups for the Athletics. They trail by 3. And it'll be the heart of the order facing Bob Lee. Lee trying to notch his 12th save of the year. pitched a 1-2-3/8. Mike Hirschberger will start it off. Daniel, not sure about the fatigue yet. Well, if anyone wants to help him out with that while I finish this game off, that would be fantastic. Hirschberger's 1 for 3. Lee gets the sign. The pitch on a 4-4 right-handed is catcher's card. That's going to be Rogers, a 2-E-3. Here's the play. It's an 8. That's going to be a pop out to the catcher, 1 down. I also found an error there. I should have marked when Lee came in. Okay, here's the beer batter repros. Walked, struck out, and flew to left. Lee with the windup on a 4-7 left-handed. He lines that one into right. Double on a 1. That's going to be a base hit for repos. Repos, decent speed. A -4 battery. That'll keep him going nowhere in a hurry. And Danny Cater will be the hitter. Kansas City needs one more base runner to get the tying run to the plate here in the bottom of the 9th. Danny Cater is 0 for 3 on the day. Lee checks the runner. Now from the stretch, delivers the pitch to Cater. 6-3, fly ball left field X. Pearsall will be tested again. 2-E-9. Ranging towards the gap. Here's the play on a 15. He's there. Nice catch by Pearsall. And the Athletics are down to their last out. Is it going to be Larry Stahl? Yes, it is. Stahl 0 for 3. Lee checks the runner. Lee working deliberately now. Gets his sign. The pitch from the stretch to Stahl on a 4-6. Ripped high and deep to right field. That's going to be over the head of Kirkpatrick. Triple to 3. That's going to be a double for Stahl. Repos can try to score on that. 1-14. 2 outs. 1-16. They're going to send him, and the Angels will cut it off. So Repos will score. It's an RBI double for Stahl. Lee ranked 3 for relief endurance, so that's not a problem here. He's only in his 2nd inning of work. And representing the tying run is team RBI leader Dick Green. Four to 2. Stahl at second, Green at the plate, 2 down in the bottom of the 9th. Lee gets the sign. The pitch to Green on a 2-4. Routine grounder to second. That's going to do it. Knopp gobbles it up to Adcock. And that's the ball game. Athletics push across 1 in the bottom of the 9th, but it's not enough, and the Angels hold on to win it 4 to 2. Totals in a moment. Lindblad takes the loss, his first. He's 6-1 now. For Bob Lee, he picks up his 12th save. Two hits and a run, no walks and a strikeout. The winner is Rojas. McLaughlin pitched a fine game, but he tired before he could qualify for the decision. Rojas's record improves to 5-1. Gandalf gets his tomorrow. Rojas maybe for player of the game. Let's see who was outstanding on the offensive side. Maybe Adcock, 3 hits and a walk. Although he did not directly figure in any of the scoring. What do you guys think? Dan likes Adcock as well. The way I see it, it's either Adcock or Rojas. Adcock is fair. Sure, Dan, why not? We're going to hand out drumsticks to Adcock and Rojas. The totals, the Angels win it with 4 runs on 9 hits, no errors, an errorless game. Kansas City, 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. That's right, man. Okay, let's jump ahead and look at our game. Let's see, it's 3, so I'm going to say 4:30 Pacific is what I'm going to shoot for, 7:30 Eastern. Dave Wickersham versus Jim Bouton. That'll be the final game in that series. We are on a Sunday, June the 19th. So thanks again, everyone, for joining me. Looks like we have quite a bit of excitement for this game. So I'll get something to eat. I'll get it all set up. Then I'll be back in just over 90 minutes. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Looks like I'll be seeing at least half of you, if not more, later on this evening. So take a break, have a drink, have a snack. If you don't want it, you can't put it back, so eat it. I'm out of here.